Pakistan, a land of majestic mountains, lush green valleys, and a diverse ecosystem that supports a wide range of flora and fauna. From the towering peaks of the Himalayas to the fertile plains of Punjab, Pakistan's natural beauty is breathtaking and offers immense potential for tourism and agriculture. The country's varied climate zones, from arid deserts to temperate forests, provide unique opportunities for diverse agricultural practices and ecotourism ventures, and a vibrant culture full of life, rich in traditions and history. From the bustling bazaars to the serene countryside, Pakistan is a nation of contrasts, where ancient traditions meet modern aspirations. The cultural diversity, with its myriad of languages, cuisines, and festivals, adds to the country's unique charm. The rich tapestry of Pakistani culture is reflected in its music, dance, and art, which have been passed down through generations, preserving the essence of its heritage. But Pakistan also faces deep challenges, with infrastructure that often fails to meet the needs of its growing population. The urban areas are plagued with traffic congestion, inadequate public transportation, and insufficient housing, while rural areas suffer from a lack of basic amenities like clean water and electricity. The disparity between urban and rural development highlights the need for comprehensive infrastructure planning and investment to ensure equitable growth across the country. Poverty, illiteracy, and political instability cast a shadow on its potential. These issues are deeply rooted and affect millions of lives every day, creating a cycle of hardship that is difficult to break. The education system is underfunded, leading to high dropout rates and a lack of skilled workforce, further exacerbating the economic challenges. Addressing these issues requires targeted policies and investments in education, healthcare, and social services to uplift the marginalized communities. We see the warmth of the people, their hospitality and resilience in the face of adversity. Despite the hardships, the spirit of community and the tradition of hospitality remain strong, with people always ready to lend a helping hand to their neighbors. This sense of unity and support is a cornerstone of Pakistani society, fostering a sense of belonging and mutual aid that is crucial for social cohesion. The beauty of the landscapes and the richness of its natural resources. Pakistan's natural beauty is unparalleled, from the peaks of the Himalayas to the shores of the Arabian Sea, offering a potential for tourism that remains largely untapped. The country's mineral resources, including coal, natural gas, and precious stones, also hold significant economic promise. Sustainable management and responsible exploitation of these resources can drive economic growth while preserving the environment. Yet, we cannot ignore the struggles that hold the nation back. The daily grind for many is a testament to their resilience and determination, as they navigate through economic hardships and social challenges. The informal economy, which employs a large portion of the population, often lacks job security and fair wages. Efforts to formalize this sector and provide social protections are essential for improving the livelihoods of millions. This is the story of a nation grappling with its demons, where the fight for justice and equality is ongoing. Social movements and civil society organizations are actively working to address issues like gender inequality, human rights abuses, and environmental degradation. These grassroots efforts are crucial for driving social change and holding those in power accountable. A nation yearning for a brighter future. The hope in the eyes of its youth is a beacon of what could be, a generation ready to take on the challenges and drive the country forward. With access to better education and opportunities, the youth can become the driving force behind innovation and progress. Empowering young people through mentorship, skills training, and entrepreneurship programs is key to unlocking their potential. Imagine a country with the 6th largest population in the world. A young and energetic population eager to contribute. Pakistan has that potential. The youth are its greatest asset, ready to drive change and innovation with dreams of a better tomorrow. Initiatives in technology, entrepreneurship, and social enterprise are already showing promising results. By fostering a culture of creativity and critical thinking, Pakistan can harness the energy of its youth to drive sustainable development. But its energy is often stifled. Bureaucratic red tape and lack of opportunities hinder progress, leaving many talented individuals frustrated and disillusioned. The brain drain phenomenon, where skilled professionals seek opportunities abroad, further depletes the country's human capital. Creating an enabling environment for innovation and entrepreneurship is essential to retain talent and drive economic growth. The systems meant to serve the people are failing. Inefficiency and corruption plague the institutions, creating barriers to development and progress. The lack of transparency and accountability in governance leads to mismanagement of resources and public funds. Strengthening institutional capacity and promoting good governance practices are critical for building trust and ensuring effective service delivery. This failure leaves many feeling hopeless and disillusioned. The gap between the potential and the reality is stark, highlighting the urgent need for reform and effective governance. Addressing these systemic issues is crucial for unlocking the country's true potential. Comprehensive policy reforms and strategic investments in key sectors can drive sustainable development and improve the quality of life for all citizens. What are the root causes of these struggles? Corruption, government failures. These are just two of the key challenges that need to be addressed. Tackling these issues is crucial for progress, requiring transparency, accountability, and a commitment to the public good. Strengthening institutions and promoting good governance are essential steps towards sustainable development. Collaborative efforts between the government, private sector, and civil society can create a more inclusive and equitable society. The path ahead is not easy. It requires collective effort and unwavering commitment, with a focus on sustainable development and inclusive growth. Collaborative efforts between the government, private sector, and civil society can pave the way for meaningful change. By fostering a culture of innovation, inclusivity, and resilience, Pakistan can transform its challenges into opportunities for growth and prosperity. But understanding the problems is the first step towards finding solutions and creating lasting change. Together, the people of Pakistan can build a brighter future, harnessing their potential to overcome challenges and achieve their dreams. By fostering a culture of innovation, inclusivity, and resilience, Pakistan can transform its challenges into opportunities for growth and prosperity. The journey towards a better future requires dedication, collaboration, and a shared vision for progress. Corruption is a disease that spreads silently, often unnoticed until it has already caused significant damage. It infiltrates every layer of society, from the highest echelons of power to the everyday interactions of ordinary citizens. This insidious nature makes it difficult to combat, as it becomes deeply embedded in the social and political fabric. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting economic stability, social cohesion, and the overall quality of life. It creates an environment where dishonesty and unethical behavior become normalized, further perpetuating the cycle of corruption. It eats away at the very fabric of society, weakening the foundations that hold communities together. The infrastructure crumbles, public services deteriorate, and the quality of life for citizens declines. Roads become impassable, schools fall into disrepair, and hospitals lack essential supplies, creating a cycle of neglect and decay. This degradation not only affects physical structures but also erodes the social trust and cooperation necessary for a thriving community. The long-term impact is a society that struggles to progress and innovate, trapped in a state of perpetual decline. In Pakistan, corruption is widespread and deeply rooted, affecting every aspect of daily life. From the bustling markets to the congested streets, its presence is felt everywhere. Vendors may have to pay bribes to secure their spots, and drivers might need to grease palms to avoid fines, making everyday life a constant struggle. This pervasive corruption creates an uneven playing field, where those who can afford to pay bribes gain unfair advantages, while honest citizens are left to navigate a system stacked against them. It exists at all levels of government, from local to national, infiltrating various sectors and institutions. This pervasive corruption undermines the effectiveness of governance and erodes public trust. Policies meant to benefit the public are often skewed to favor the powerful, leaving the average citizen disillusioned and disenfranchised. The lack of accountability and transparency in government operations further exacerbates the problem, making it difficult for citizens to hold officials responsible for their actions. This corruption takes many forms and shapes, from small bribes to large-scale embezzlement. It creates a system where those with money and connections can bypass rules and regulations. This not only breeds inequality but also fosters a culture of impunity, where the rich and powerful operate above the law. The resulting social stratification leads to increased resentment and frustration among the populace, further destabilizing the social order. Bribery, nepotism, and embezzlement of public funds are rampant issues that plague the nation. These practices not only drain resources but also perpetuate inequality and injustice. Public funds meant for development projects often end up in private pockets, leaving communities without essential services and infrastructure. The misallocation of resources hinders economic growth and development, making it difficult for the country to achieve its full potential. Transparency International ranked Pakistan 140th out of 180 countries in its 2022 Corruption Perceptions Index. This low ranking highlights the severe perception of corruption within the country. It reflects the widespread belief that corruption is not only prevalent but also largely unchecked, affecting the nation's global standing. This perception can have serious implications for international relations and economic partnerships, as countries and organizations may be hesitant to engage with a nation perceived as corrupt. This ranking means Pakistan is perceived as highly corrupt by the world, impacting its global reputation. Investors are wary, and international partnerships become strained. The lack of trust in the system deters foreign businesses from entering the market, fearing that their investments will not be secure. This hesitancy can lead to a decrease in foreign direct investment, which is crucial for economic growth and development. Such high levels of corruption discourage foreign investment significantly, driving potential investors away. The economic consequences are dire, with businesses closing and job opportunities dwindling. This leads to higher unemployment rates and a stagnant economy, further exacerbating poverty and social unrest. The lack of economic opportunities can also lead to increased crime rates, as individuals turn to illegal activities to make ends meet. They hinder economic growth and development, stalling progress and leading to widespread poverty. The lack of investment stifles innovation and infrastructure development. Projects that could boost the economy and improve living standards are left incomplete, leaving communities in a perpetual state of underdevelopment. This stagnation affects not only the present generation, but also future generations, as the lack of progress limits opportunities for advancement and growth. The impact of corruption is devastating and far-reaching, affecting the most vulnerable in society. Essential services like healthcare, education, and social welfare are severely compromised. Hospitals lack basic supplies, schools are underfunded, and social safety nets are inadequate, leaving the poor to fend for themselves. This neglect exacerbates existing inequalities, making it even more difficult for marginalized communities to break free from the cycle of poverty. It robs the poor of essential services and opportunities, perpetuating a cycle of poverty and despair. The lack of access to clean water, quality education, and adequate healthcare traps communities in a vicious cycle. Children grow up without the resources they need to succeed, limiting their future prospects and perpetuating generational poverty. This lack of opportunity can lead to increased social unrest, as individuals become frustrated with their inability to improve their circumstances. It undermines the rule of law and order, leading to chaos and instability. The judicial system becomes compromised and law enforcement loses its credibility. When people lose faith in the justice system, they are more likely to take matters into their own hands, leading to increased violence and social unrest. This breakdown in law and order can have serious implications for national security, as it creates an environment where criminal activities can thrive. Corruption creates an environment of distrust and fear, where people feel powerless and unheard. Community cohesion breaks down and social tensions rise. When citizens believe that their voices do not matter, they become disengaged and disillusioned, further weakening the social fabric. This disengagement can lead to a lack of civic participation, making it even more difficult to address the root causes of corruption and implement meaningful reforms. People lose faith in institutions and their leaders, feeling betrayed by those meant to serve them. Voter apathy increases, and civic engagement declines. When citizens do not participate in the democratic process, it allows corrupt officials to remain in power, perpetuating the cycle of corruption. This lack of accountability makes it difficult to implement the changes needed to address the root causes of corruption and improve governance. They lose hope in the future, feeling abandoned and disillusioned by the system. The younger generation in particular feels the weight of a corrupt system that offers little promise for a better tomorrow. This disillusionment can lead to brain drain, where talented individuals leave the country in search of better opportunities, further weakening the nation's potential for growth and development. The loss of skilled professionals and educated youth hampers the country's ability to innovate and compete on a global scale, creating a vicious cycle of underdevelopment and stagnation. The government has a fundamental duty to ensure the well-being of its citizens. This responsibility includes not only maintaining law and order, but also providing essential services that form the bedrock of a functioning society. These services are critical for fostering a stable and prosperous environment where citizens can thrive. This includes providing essential services that are crucial for daily life and long-term development. These services are the pillars upon which a nation's prosperity and stability are built. Without them, communities struggle to meet their basic needs, leading to widespread hardship and inequality. These services encompass healthcare, education, and infrastructure, which are the backbone of any thriving society. Without these, the quality of life deteriorates and economic progress stalls. Effective public services are essential for reducing poverty and promoting social cohesion. Healthcare, education, and infrastructure are essential for progress and economic growth. They not only improve individual well-being, but also contribute to the overall development of the country. Investments in these areas are crucial for fostering innovation and competitiveness on a global scale. However, the Pakistani government has consistently failed to deliver on these fronts, leading to widespread dissatisfaction and protests. The lack of effective governance has resulted in a significant gap between the needs of the people and the services provided. This failure undermines public trust and hampers national progress. The healthcare system is woefully inadequate. Hospitals are overcrowded and patients often have to wait for hours to receive treatment. This situation is exacerbated by a lack of medical supplies and outdated equipment. The inefficiency and neglect in the healthcare sector lead to preventable suffering and loss of life. There is a severe shortage of doctors and nurses in rural areas, making it difficult for people to access medical care. This shortage leads to preventable diseases going untreated and higher mortality rates. The disparity in healthcare access between urban and rural areas exacerbates social inequalities. Many people lack access to basic medical care, which exacerbates health issues and reduces life expectancy. The disparity between urban and rural healthcare services is stark, leaving rural populations particularly vulnerable. Addressing these disparities is essential for achieving equitable health outcomes. The education system is similarly neglected, with schools often lacking basic facilities and resources. This neglect hampers the intellectual and social development of children, limiting their future prospects. Quality education is a fundamental right that is crucial for personal and national development. Millions of children are out of school, forced to work or roam the streets instead of receiving an education. This not only deprives them of learning opportunities, but also exposes them to various social risks. Child labor and lack of education perpetuate cycles of poverty and limit future opportunities. The quality of education is often poor, with under-equipped schools and underpaid teachers struggling to provide a decent education. This situation demoralizes both students and educators, further deteriorating the learning environment. Investing in education is essential for building a skilled and knowledgeable workforce. This lack of quality education perpetuates a cycle of poverty, making it difficult for future generations to improve their circumstances. Without proper education, children are less likely to secure well-paying jobs and break free from poverty. Education is a powerful tool for social mobility and economic development. It prevents people from reaching their full potential, limiting their opportunities for better employment and a higher standard of living. The long-term impact is a workforce that is ill-prepared to meet the demands of a modern economy, further hindering national development. Addressing these issues is crucial for fostering sustainable growth and prosperity. A crossroads for Pakistan, the price of inaction. Pakistan stands at a crossroads, facing critical decisions that will shape its future. The choices made today will have long-lasting impacts on the nation's trajectory, affecting not just the current generation, but also those to come. The nation must decide whether to embrace reforms and innovation, or continue down a path of stagnation and decline. The path the nation chooses will determine its destiny, influencing every aspect of life from the economy to social harmony. A proactive approach could lead to prosperity and stability, fostering an environment where businesses thrive and communities flourish. Conversely, inaction could result in dire consequences, including economic downturns and social fragmentation. If the current trajectory continues, the consequences will be severe. Economic stagnation, social unrest, political instability, these issues will only deepen, creating a cycle of decline that becomes increasingly difficult to break. The lack of effective governance and persistent corruption will exacerbate these problems, making recovery even more challenging. These are just some of the potential outcomes, painting a grim picture of what lies ahead. The social fabric of the country could unravel, leading to widespread discontent and a loss of national cohesion. Communities may become increasingly divided, and the sense of national identity could weaken, further destabilizing the country. Failure to address corruption will further erode trust in institutions. It will discourage both domestic and foreign investment, stifling economic growth and innovation. This lack of trust can also lead to a brain drain, where talented individuals seek opportunities abroad. The loss of skilled professionals will hinder the nation's ability to develop and compete on a global scale. This lack of investment will stifle economic growth, leading to a cycle of decline. Businesses will struggle to survive and new ventures will be hesitant to start, further exacerbating unemployment and economic disparity. The resulting economic downturn will make it difficult for the government to provide essential services and support to its citizens. It will exacerbate poverty and inequality, making it harder for the most vulnerable to escape their circumstances. The gap between the rich and the poor will widen, leading to increased social tensions and potential conflict. The lack of social mobility will trap many in a cycle of poverty, limiting their opportunities for a better future. A weak education system will hinder progress. It will limit opportunities for the next generation, trapping them in a cycle of poverty. Without quality education, the youth will be ill-equipped to contribute to the nation's development. The lack of investment in education will result in a workforce that lacks the skills needed for modern industries. A generation will grow up without the skills needed to compete in the global economy, leaving them at a significant disadvantage. This skills gap will make it difficult for Pakistan to attract high-value industries and jobs. The lack of a skilled workforce will deter foreign investment and limit economic growth. This lack of opportunity can lead to frustration and unrest, potentially destabilizing the entire nation. The youth, feeling disenfranchised and without prospects, may turn to radical solutions, further endangering national security and stability. The rise in radicalization and extremism could pose significant threats to both domestic and international peace. Seeds of hope. Paths to a brighter future. Despite the challenges, there is hope for Pakistan. The resilience and spirit of its people shine through even in the toughest times. From the bustling markets to the smiling faces of its diverse population, the essence of Pakistan's strength lies in its people. The country has immense potential, waiting to be unlocked. From its breathtaking landscapes to its bustling cities, Pakistan is a land of opportunity. Its natural beauty and urban vibrancy offer a unique blend that can attract tourism and investment. It has a young and dynamic population, eager to make a difference. These young minds are the driving force behind the nation's future. Their enthusiasm and innovative ideas can lead to groundbreaking changes in various sectors. It has a strategic location, pivotal for trade and commerce. This geographical advantage can be a game changer for economic growth. Positioned at the crossroads of South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East, Pakistan can become a major trade hub. But realizing this potential requires significant change. It demands a collective effort from every segment of society. From grassroots movements to national policies, every action counts towards building a better future. The fight against corruption must be a top priority for all. Corruption undermines progress and erodes trust in institutions. By tackling corruption head-on, Pakistan can pave the way for transparent and effective governance. This fight requires strong institutions. It needs transparent governance. It demands accountability. Only then can true progress be achieved. Strengthening democratic processes and ensuring fair elections are crucial steps in this direction. The government must implement strict anti-corruption measures. These measures should be enforced consistently and fairly. Establishing independent anti-corruption bodies and ensuring their autonomy can help in this endeavor. They must enforce these measures without fear or favor. Justice must be blind and impartial. Ensuring that law enforcement agencies are free from political influence is essential for maintaining public trust. Investing in education is crucial for the nation's future. Education is the foundation upon which a prosperous society is built. By prioritizing education, Pakistan can equip its youth with the knowledge and skills needed for the future. Every child deserves access to quality education. This is not just a right but a necessity for progress. Ensuring that all children, regardless of their background, have access to education can bridge social and economic gaps. This education should empower them to achieve their dreams. It should inspire them to reach for the stars. By fostering creativity and critical thinking, education can unlock the full potential of the youth. It should equip them with the skills they need to succeed in a modern world. Skills that are relevant and in demand. Vocational training and modern educational facilities can prepare students for the challenges of the 21st century. This investment will create a more skilled workforce, a workforce that can drive innovation and productivity. By focusing on skill development, Pakistan can enhance its competitiveness in the global market. It will drive economic growth and prosperity. A thriving economy benefits everyone. Sustainable development projects and thriving businesses can uplift entire communities. Pakistan's youth hold the key to change. They are the torchbearers of a new era. By nurturing young leaders and entrepreneurs, Pakistan can foster a culture of innovation and progress. They are the future leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators. Their creativity and drive are boundless. Supporting youth initiatives and providing platforms for their ideas can lead to transformative changes. They are the ones who will inherit this nation. Their future depends on the actions we take today. By investing in the youth, Pakistan can ensure a brighter and more prosperous future for all. Their energy and idealism are essential for progress. Harnessing this energy is crucial for national development. Engaging youth in community projects and national initiatives can channel their energy towards positive change. They must be empowered to demand better governance. Their voices must be heard and respected. Encouraging youth participation in politics and governance can lead to more inclusive and representative decision-making. They must hold their leaders accountable. Accountability is the cornerstone of a healthy democracy. By fostering a culture of accountability, Pakistan can ensure that its leaders act in the best interests of the people. The international community also has a role to play. Global partnerships can accelerate progress. By collaborating with international organizations, Pakistan can benefit from global expertise and resources. It can support Pakistan's development in various ways. From financial aid to knowledge sharing, the possibilities are vast. International aid and collaborative projects can provide the necessary support for sustainable development. It can provide technical assistance and expertise. This can help bridge gaps and build capacity. By leveraging international expertise, Pakistan can enhance its technical and institutional capacities. It can promote good governance and best practices. Learning from global experiences can be invaluable. By adopting best practices from around the world, Pakistan can improve its governance and institutional frameworks. But ultimately, the responsibility for change lies with the Pakistani people. They must demand better. They must be the change they wish to see. Grassroots movements and community engagement are essential for driving change from within. They must work together to build a brighter future. Unity and collaboration are key. By fostering a sense of community and collective responsibility, Pakistan can overcome its challenges and build a prosperous future. The path ahead may be long and arduous. There will be obstacles and setbacks. But with determination and perseverance, these challenges can be overcome. But the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Every small effort counts towards a larger goal. By taking that first step, Pakistan can embark on a journey towards a brighter and more prosperous future. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.